Hey, Eagle Run 2-3 here. We have got a KitchenAid knife to work on today. This is one that I've sharpened before, but it's been a little while and it gets quite a bit of use in our kitchen, so let's get it touched up and put an edge on it. Alright, so let's see how this does here against... Ugh, I'm not getting anywhere. There we go. It's just sawing its way through there. Let's take a closer look here and see what's going on. Alright, we can see lots of damage on that edge. Yes. Alright, that's nothing we can't fix though. Okay, we're going to start out with the 160 to 125 microns. That is our coarsest stone. We'll do most of the work in repairing our edge. Now let's see, we want this thing to be... Okay, so here is my angle adjustment. We just come in with this screw right here and we can change that angle. We'll go a little bit lower, somewhere in the 18 to 20 range should be perfect. So we'll put a little marker on the edge so we can see where our angle's coming in. Okay, while we're first starting out here, it looks like we are pretty much right on where we want to be with our angle. And when you're first starting out here, it's important when you're removing the metal on these coarser stones, you can pretty much just go back and forth on them. If you want to lift up a little bit on the down, that's fine. But when you're going into the stone, that's where you're wanting to do most of your work. And then just lightly back is fine. So you can kind of get in the rhythm. And I am touching the blade on the downstroke, but I'm putting pressure on the upstroke. So I'm going to try to go the full length of the blade. This is about as far as you can go. If a knife was any longer, you'd have to take 2 strokes, but this will be perfect for this. Let's come down here just a little bit. Also on this coarsest stone, I have a lot of repair work to do on this edge, so I'm gonna go up and down pretty much just all the way across, and I'm just trying to remove metal right now. This is not a stroke that I'll do when I get to the polishing stages. Doing quite a bit of repair here. Okay, this is the second time on this side. I'm going to start counting strokes. It looks like I've got most of my damage repaired. It's smoothed out quite a bit, but we're still on the coarsest stone, and we're going to keep working that down as we go across here. But I'm going to start counting strokes so that I'm even pressure on each side and removing the same amount of material from each side. So let's start out in like the 12 or 13 range, and then we'll flip. All right, we can check in here. Get a good look at that edge. There we go. Still a little bit of damage on there, but you can tell we've made a lot of progress. So we are going to count down and try to get a couple more on each side. So a few less strokes each time that we go through here. I can still feel that the blade is giving quite a bit of resistance to the stone, and so we want to work that down to where it feels a whole lot smoother. Now, there's still quite a bit of damage in there. If you get at just the right angle, you can see that we've still got some damage in there, but it is looking a whole lot smoother. Running my fingernail across, most of the damage is right here at the end. We've got most of this taken care of. All right, as we go back to the original side here, this is the side we started on. I think we're going to drop some grit. We're going to go to the 50-40 microns, which is going to be, I need to look that up. I forgot what that is. I think that's in the 800 range. Ooh, that feels good. I think we've gotten rid of almost all the damage. Might be time to switch over to some polishing stones. Let's jump in here to some of the finer ones. Let's go to 2014 microns. Using a little bit of ballistol tonight. I use this when I don't have my water solution made up. I haven't been sharpening very many knives, and so as I get back into it here this winter, I'm going to remake up my spray, and we'll talk about that in another video. This stuff works fine. It does kind of tend to bind up a little bit when you use it a lot. Just kind of makes like a paste on there, but it does do a decent job of definitely of lubricating and kind of removing that metal. These clean up really nicely in a little bit of warm water, so it's not too big of a deal, and it works. It works for a lubrication. We're no longer really removing very much metal at this point. We're really just kind of taking out the damage of the previous stone. As we've repaired most of what we need to repair to the metal, we're really just polishing at this point, which is basically just removing the previous grit that is on there. I can see it's starting to polish up nicely through there, and we're removing those marks as we go through. I'm in my right hand. I'll switch to my left here as we go back. We're on the original side right here. Okay, so really anything past this level, this is 3,000, 2 or 3,000 grit. Anything past this level is really just refining the polish. The knife is perfectly sharp right now. It's perfectly usable, but since we have a 5-7 micron, we are going to use it. But it's really unnecessary, but it sure is nice, and if you have it, why not? There we go. Nice smooth edge all the way across. Looks nice and shiny. I think that's going to work great for us. On YouTube, they say if it doesn't cut paper, it's not sharp. So remember how jagged that was before? Let's see how we are now. Ooh, very nice. Still has a little snag right there. I wonder, oh yeah, I feel it. Just cut me though. Yeah, right there, you can see, and I can feel it right there. There is a little nick. That's just more damage in the blade. So, the wife said she is done with this knife. I wanted to try to sharpen it one more time. It's been sharpened several times. I think she just doesn't like the design of it, so I bought her a new knife, and that will be in the next video. So, we might use this here for a little bit, but looks like the KitchenAid days are numbered. Alright, Eagle Run 2-3. Thanks for watching.